does positive feedback look like? Well, how does it look to a man? Good job, good idea. That makes sense. Now, let me say that again. Those are three very powerful phrases. And women, when you say it to a man, you actually have extra advantage, because usually men don't hear that from their wives. And so if you're working with a man, he feels very much acknowledged, something he's missing from women. Men who know how to acknowledge will quite commonly do that, but it's even more powerful from a woman, because women generally don't. So the phrase is, good idea. Well, that makes sense. You're right. Now, what we do in the old world is we're afraid to acknowledge others, people that work for us. We think they'll get lazy, but that's not true. When they do something right, we're afraid to say you did it right, because we're so hungry for people to see ourselves as right, for us to be the dominant one, for us to be the right one, the best one. But we don't realize the great joy as well as the empowerment that happens for the people you work with when you validate, when you acknowledge what they did as good idea, good job, makes sense when they're coming up with an idea. And then from time to time, nodding your head and saying, you're right. Yes, that was a good idea. Even if you disagree, you can be right about the logic and then say, you're right about that. And then have a different point of view. You don't have to argue and fight, but you can first validate someone else's opinion before you speak. So one of the reasons women don't feel appreciated, in this test, we found out that women were not feeling appreciated, and men, they felt that they appreciated the women, was men feel appreciated in one way, women feel appreciated in another way. And what would that be? Well, the male side of us wants reward, wants acknowledgement, wants to make sure that you're not asking him to do what's not in his job description, that you're specific in your request, and it's something he can do. So those are your basics. And a man follows through. He knows he's going to get the reward. The testosterone is going to go up. He's going to get an attaboy. Good job. You did that. And men particularly just want you to look at the result that they produced and acknowledge the result. Another thing a woman can say, which really increases the man's testosterone, is, oh my gosh, you saved my life. You know, just a fun kind of a statement. Oh, you're my hero. I know some women you can't say that, but when you really get in touch with your female side, your power, female power, there's male power and there's female power. Now, I'm not talking about men and women. I'm talking about the female energy and the male energy. As a man, I have male energy, female energy. Women have female energy, male energy. Okay, so we have these two opposite type of forces inside of us that can work together in harmony. The male power is the power to get things done, to be motivated, to take initiation, to get something done, to follow through. No matter what it takes, you do the job, and then you relax. And the female power inside of all of us is not the power to get things done. It's the power to get other people to do it for you. I'll say that again. The power to get other people to do it for you. It's the secret of motivating other people to do things for you. Now, of course, we want a balance of both things, but if you watch today, women particularly are stressed out. They're saying, I do everything. I do more than him. I do more than him. Stop doing so much, women. You weaken yourself. You lower your estrogen. You raise your stress levels. You burn out, and you're less productive as a result, and nobody wants to work with you. So you have to find that balance of you do, but let others do for you.
Ea și el vorbesc, dar nu comunică. La fel la serviciu, la fel și acasă. Un lucru e sigur, degeaba vorbim aceeași limbă dacă gândim diferit. Se mai poate face ceva? John Gray spune că da. Autorul bestsellerului internațional Bărbații sunt de pe Marte, femeile sunt de pe Venus vine în România. Află-te la el cum gândesc de fapt cele două sexe. Vei descoperi cum poți aplica aceste lucruri în relația cu colegii, șefii sau subordonații de sex opus, dar și în negociere, motivare sau leadership. Rezervă-ți loc chiar acum pe www.traininguri.ro. Locurile sunt limitate. Un eveniment marca Extreme Training.
Bun, nu facem cursuri de dirijat circulația la Polul Nord și nici despre cum să mănânci cu bețișoarele într-o stație orbitală, însă facem cursuri care îți pot folosi în viața profesională sau în cea care contează cu adevărat. Negociere, vânzări, trainer, manager de proiect, HR sau leadership. Intră și tu pe traininguri.ro și alege cursul potrivit. www.traininguri.ro. Garantat de Extreme Training.